Hello there. Our brush tonight is once again my Matthew Martin brush guy in blue. And the soap tonight, we're going to soap lather. I'm going to go ahead and soak this brush. The soap tonight is the Mighty Willie. Why? Because I can. Stand by. There's something. Let's see that again. Yeah, I think there was something on the lens. But, see that? You people that are complaining about that Williams is not stable, you can't lather it all that much. Williams needs a crap load of water. It doesn't need less water. It needs more water than you think it does. I'm going to use all of that. I've got a damn brush. Anyway, now you see, it's foaming. I'm going to beat that son of a gun until it's nice and creamy. And I'm going to incorporate all of that water that you saw laying on top of the puck into the lather that I'm building in this bowl. That's what makes Williams stable. It's water. And if you don't use enough and you don't beat the living crap out of it, you're not going to get a stable lather. That's not anything that's wrong with the soap. It's an old-fashioned mug soap from a time when Granddad used to shave with straight razors, the time that we all want to talk about we want to be like. That's what it is. Okay? And it requires a different kind of approach and a different kind of technique. And I didn't mean for this to be a Williams video, and it's not really. I'm actually just doing a shave and thought that I would post it. I didn't get a chance to post the last shave I had because I had to do it in a hurry Sunday morning before preaching. Yes, online. Anyway, what I'm going to do is add a little water to my face now. And I've got a couple of days growth, maybe. Actually, no. I've got like overnight, a day's growth. Assuming this is Monday, I can't remember. Being stuck in the house, not being able to go out, except to do... Well, it's not being able. I can go if I want to. We are asked to stay at home here, but we're not quarantined. We can. I'm going to add a little bit of water to that. We can go if we want to or need to. If we want to go out to the local park or whatnot and walk around, so long as we keep social distancing working and stuff like that, there's not a problem. I can go to the grocery store or anywhere else I need to go, but I have been staying in as much as possible just simply because it makes sense to me to do it. We're going to shave with my gold monkey, and this is a gold dollar by any other name. Lovely. This is an Arkansas edge. It's a full oil stone edge. It's flipping gorgeous. The technique that I know I mentioned that I have a new technique that I'm using to hone Arkansas edges with, and I've said before, this is not a new technique that I've invented. I'm not saying nobody else has ever done it. Matter of fact, I'm quite sure others have done it. But it's a new way for me to hone it, and it's part of it is based on something I've talked about here before that other hunters are doing, like using kind of a matte surface on their Arkansas. And again, not. That just gave me the idea. But I don't want to say too much more. What I will do is that some point when I've shaved enough, tested enough, I'll go over what I'm doing. It may not be in a honing video. I may just set the stones in front of me. Williams. Vintage Williams. Dude, when you get it right, it's flipping insane slick. And it's why I love it. Yeah, I'm sure I'll get guys on here. It's junk soap. I never could get a lot out of it. Well, there might be some extenuating circumstances. I know that people have said, well, if you have soft water, it's easy, or if you have hard water, it's bad hard. And I've gone from insanely hard water where shampoo would not even lather, to my landlord putting in an insane water softening system that has gone so far that you can't even rinse. It takes forever to rinse the soap off of you, and I haven't noticed a dime's worth of difference in how Williams works, the way that I lather it. So. Gorgeous shave. Cut myself a couple times. The Arkansas is a natural edge, but at least for me, it's wicked sharp. it's like kind of like some of the J-Nats. Some people say, well, you know, a J-Nat will cut me quicker, or even maybe as much as maybe a synthetic. I know that I've heard people say synthetic edges will cut you quicker. I can tell you that the wrapping film edges that I get, if you don't know what you're doing with a straight razor, they'll slice you open. Period. So, but the Arkansas edges that I get, they're wonderfully smooth and they're beautifully face friendly in that way, but they do not tolerate sloppy technique. They will cut you. So I'm gonna finish it. This is a vintage Old Spice bottle, but this is Procter & Gamble. I've got vintage Old Spice as well. I like them both. Old Spice in whatever formula. When they changed it over in the 80s, oh, that's good. I've used Old Spice since I was about 14. Actually, I used it a little bit before that, before I started to shave, because I believe it was what my dad used at one point, and I started using it before I even started. You know how you, as a kid, you maybe, I don't know if you did, but you know, your dad would give you an empty razor and you'd lather up and pretend you were shaving and stuff. I always finished with Old Spice, and so I have used Old Spice from a child, and it's the one aftershave that has been a constant companion for me all that time. And when they changed over from the Schulten formula to P&G, I didn't even notice the difference. And I know people say, oh, there's a difference. Yeah, there's a difference. Now that I smell it and stuff like that, but the thing of it is the vintage Old Spice that's out now is vintage Old Spice. And it's got decades of differences in the change of the scent or whatnot. So who the flip knows? I know that I like them both. So that's how that is. And so I thought, what better aftershave to follow Williams with if I'm not going to use Aqua Velvet Blue, Old Spice. So anyway, thanks for watching. Bless you. Hope everybody stays safe. I hope that you find ways to alleviate the boredom and all of that, and just hang in there and be strong, and we will get through this, and sooner or later this is going to end. Bless you. Later.